Page 26, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. This is in the key of F major. One flat, B flats, all the B's are flatted. 6/4 time, isn't that interesting? Usually it's 6/8 time or 4/4 time or something. This is 6/4 time. Simply means you're going to count to 6 like you do in 6/8 time, no big deal. Except now you're counting quarter notes, not eighth notes. That's all. So you have a 2-beat pickup, so you're coming in on beat 5. 5, 6, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. And this thing in the right hand, it's got chords all over the place. Good luck with this one. It's here. They got you using the same fingers. The melody's the top note. So I would recommend, I'm going to offer some other fingering changes and you can experiment and see what you think. But like at the beginning, I'm going to do a 4 on the G. For the next one, it's a 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, 5. So it connects them a little bit. And for the quarter notes in the next measure, I'm doing a 1, 2, 4, and then a 2, 4, 5. The whole thing is here. I'm just staying in this position. And then coming down. And the last 2 chords, again, is the same thing. Staying in the same position. You work out your fingering for the left hand, something that works for you, but this is awkward no matter how you do it. This is not exactly piano music. It's more like organ music, but we can do. Top page 27, we've got the same thing. You can use 1, 2, 5 for all of these if you'd rather. Now you have these arpeggiated chords. I play the bottom note on the beat. Some people play the top note on the beat, but you do however you think is right, but I'm going to do the bottom note on the beat. Notes 1 and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then at 1 and 2 and 3 and like at the top of page 27 it's 5, 6, 5, 6 and 5, 6 and, so those eighth notes are twice as fast. So if I go 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, well then at the top it's 5, 6 and 5, like so. It's twice as quick. Just in that case, it's do the wrist thing and use the same fingering, and then roll it at the top. Again, and then you're back to the way you were at the beginning. Then at the bottom, you're here. Except it's got an 8VA, so you're up here. And you're all rolled there on the right hand. This is going to be a challenge for you. We got to take this slowly. And the left hand, it's not quite so bad, but keep the left hand soft. It's just mostly rolling chords. Just follow their fingering, it's fine. Now, second line, second measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's eighth notes. 5, 6, and there. You'll get those in little places. At the top of page 27, they're saying 3, 2. I recommend you just start with fourth finger, and you don't have to cross over the thumb. You got to reach down with a little finger to get the F, but then use fourth finger again. And then in the second line, first measure, do a 3, 2 on the quarter notes. And then reach down. Third line down. Follow their fingering, it's fine. You're moving around a little bit, but you follow their fingering, you'll be fine. Then put them together very slowly. Just take your time working it. Plodding along, but that's okay. We'll take care of that in a minute. One thing at a time. Let's just get the notes. 2, 3, 4. Just do the hands very slowly. Now the last line on page 27, both hands go up an octave. So instead of here, you're up here. You're ending there. Because this just plods along. Well, we need pedal here to connect everything. You gotta have pedal because of all these chords. We can't do it with the fingers. Plus the pedal is going to add the overtones. We just have to be careful because we don't want to smear it up too badly, but we do need the pedal here. So let's talk about the pedal. It's going to be legato pedal or overlapping pedal throughout. So the notes and then the pedal. You hear at the beginning here, and then the next notes, and then it here. Sometimes you're pedaling every beat, but that's okay. And the second line, second measure after here, you can lift the pedal up with the hands. It's a new phrase, so we can, a little bit of silence here is okay. At the bottom, you notice they lifted up the pedal here, and they did it on the second line too, on the quarter notes in the second measure there, it's here. They lifted up the pedal, but then they put it down right after you played the last eighth notes. The idea is we want to connect this and this, and we need the pedal to connect those two chords. So we pushed the pedal down, but we didn't want to smear the eighth notes. Frankly, this goes by so quickly, I don't have a problem with smearing that little bit. So I would, if you want to leave the pedal down for the 2 beats solid, go ahead. Or you can pedal with each quarter note. That's fine too. Or you can pedal the way they're showing. It's here, and then lift up as you play the first one, and then put down after you play the second eighth note, and then change it. I'll leave that up to you, but frankly I think you could just pedal straight through it. It's because it only lasts for a moment. Now I can tolerate a moment. Then at the top of page 27, you're up here. They're not pedaling the last eighth note, then that's fine. Here we're pedaling every beat. And then second line, second measure, lift up at the end of the phrase so we get a little silence. The last line, again, just pedal, it's legato pedal, just carry it on through. So work out the pedal very carefully. Now let's talk a little bit, I didn't talk about dynamics. That's if you can, it's the top note in the right hand. If you can bring out one note in a chord, that's great. I'm just putting a little more weight, and rather than here, I'm more like here, and I'm putting more weight on that note. bring it out. If you can, don't worry about it. Just play them. But at the beginning, it's medium loud. That's the right hand then. That's the melody. If you can't do the melody, it's the right hand. Keep the left hand soft. That simile up there means keep doing the way you're doing, and they're referring to the finger numbers in the right hand. Because they're telling, keep using those finger numbers. I've given you some alternative finger numbers, so yeah, it's up to you on the finger numbers, but that's what the simile means. It's referring to finger numbers in the right hand. You see, the simile, what it applies to depends on where it's at, because it could be for the pedal, it could be for the dynamics and articulation, it could be for fingering, it could be whatever. And so here, it's up there with the fingering numbers in the right hand, so that's what it applies. Get up to page 27. This is soft here. It's very, it's like bells up. Just keep it soft in the second line in the middle there. Now you come back up to medium loud. And at the end, the last line, now this is very soft, and it's like it's like an afterthought. And it says slower, so you can slow this down. It's just like a daydream, and then there's a fermata on the last measure. I am going to roll all four of those chords as one chord, and then here. Don't have to. You can play the bottom note on the right hand with the left hand if you want. But when it gets soft and slow like that, as an effect, I tend to just turn it all into one chord. Like so. It's up to you. It's an interpretive thing. I mean, it's like at the above, at the first line on page 27, when it does this. I play the bottom note with the left hand. Some people would play the top note with the left hand. Don't. Or you could treat it all as one big long chord and play all four notes as rolled. It's an interpretive thing. It's up to you on how you want to interpret it. I'm going to continue to play the bottom note in the right hand with the left hand. So I'll play them together. It's how I'm going to do it. Let's try this out slowly just to check the notes and the rhythms. Now, when you get to bottom page 27, I can go slower. We're going to take the whole thing at one speed. So, yeah, we'll just check it out. I'll give us 4 counts because we come in on beat 5. So go ahead and put your hands where they go and the foot's on the pedal. And we are ready. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, hold 2, 2, hold 2,